Nigeria practices federalism with strong states. What happens when states actively implement and sometimes enhance federal initiatives? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has called for a new era, one driven by data, powered by innovation, and fueled by inclusion. This era envisions a Nigeria where digital governance is seamless, innovation drives the economy, and every citizen, urban or rural, is connected and empowered. It's a call for states to rise as active partners, turning national ambitions into local impact. Take Kano, for instance, the center of commerce, who is now at Crossraods. Welcome to Tech Mode, your cutting-edge tech source on NTA.
President Tinubu's vision is clear. A nation where technology drives productivity, governance is smarter, and opportunity is democratized through digital access. It's a race to the top, and every state has a role to play. But here's the twist. As the world goes digital, so does commerce. And in a place like Kano, the ancient center of trade and enterprise, this shift is both an opportunity and a warning. Markets are moving online, transactions are going cashless, and supply chains are being redefined by data. So the question is, as the digital economy accelerates, is Kano keeping pace? What policies are in the pipeline to protect its status as a commercial powerhouse and to ensure it doesn't get left behind? Joining me in the studio to discuss more is Dr. Bashir Muzaka, Special Advisor to the Governor of Kano State on digital economy. Doctor, welcome to Tech Mode.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Kano State, historically known as a centuries-old hub for commerce and trade, is now home to Sub-Saharan Africa's first Tier 4 data center. Doctor, if Kano is to build a digital economy, data centers and broadband must grow together, what are the government's commitments in this regard?
Yeah, we have just submitted our roadmap, or rather digital transformation agenda from 20 to 25 to 2030. And having fiber connectivity within the state is one of the milestones we want to achieve. Since now broadband is a right, not a privilege. That is why we want to see each and every community has access to seamless connectivity to internet. And we are working towards bridging the urban-rural digital divide by rolling out fiber connectivity up to the underserved communities and our rural communities. That is why we are even looking at the possibility of waiving the right of way, which will allow investors to come and keep improving our infrastructure within the state. As you can see, within the state metropolis, we have over 108 kilometers of fiber laid within Kano municipality. So each and every local government within the municipality is connected with fiber connectivity owned by Kano state government, complementing the connectivities of other business owners within the state, MTN, Glo, 9 Mobile, and Etisalat, which already have their own fiber laid within the municipality.
Delivering fiber connectivity across all parts of Kano, including rural areas, is a bold initiative indeed. Can you tell us about the policies in place to champion this cause?
In 2023, there were no policies, no laws governing the digital transformation of the state. But with the coming on board of His Excellency Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf, various e-government initiatives were rolled out, which include the development of Kano State Digital Economy Policy, which is in line with the National Digital Economy Policy by the Federal Ministry of Communication. We added 5 legs or 5 pillars into the policy to support ours, and we localize it to fit into Kano's aspiration. And also the Kano State Information Technology Development Agency, KASITDA, bill was passed by the State Assembly and assented by His Excellency the Executive Governor of Kano State. Currently, we have the Digitalization and E-Governance Enhancement Bill, which is in the House of Assembly for deliberation and approval, which will be assented soon by His Excellency as well. We also have in the pipeline e-governance policy, which is Kano State e-governance policy, which is a policy that will guide deployment of e-governance within the state, which we are transforming from traditional governance into electronic governance. There are various initiatives which have started in preparation to the e-governance, transitioning into the e-governance system. For instance, we have a digital literacy program which is rolled out. We want each and every citizen to be digitally literate so that they can have access to government services when they are paying their taxes or studying. It has to be electronic based. So with all the infrastructure, if you have infrastructure without manpower, it's useless. And if you have the manpower without infrastructure, it's also useless. That is why this government is working towards infrastructural development and also capacity building of citizens and the workforce. So these are some of the achievements we registered so far.
Credit must go to His Excellency Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf for driving these transformative digital initiatives. But Doctor, digital transformation often thrives on collaboration. In line with President Tinubu's national agenda for a tech-driven economy, how is Kano partnering with federal agencies, private sector players, and international bodies to accelerate these laudable efforts?
When we came into government, we ensure that we have a very cordial relationship with all those that are stakeholders in the tech ecosystem. For instance, the Federal Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, headed by Dr. Bosun Tujani. He's a very good friend of this government. Even a few days ago, we have discussed a lot of things with him, and he's supporting this government when it comes to our digital initiatives. And when we go out of government, we have a partnership with various private organizations like KOICA, which is the Japanese government body. Also, we are in partnership with GIZ, which is a German corporation. Again, we have NITDA, which is also a government agency, which we are in good relationship with NITDA. In terms of partnership, also we partnering with private sector organizations which are here in Kano, which are within the tech ecosystem, and also the academia. We have 3 universities here in Kano, which we are in collaboration with them in developing systems that will solve government problems. So in terms of partnership, honestly, we are solid.
Dr. Bashir, as we look at long-term sustainability, there's always the debate. Do we rely on local talent or outsource expertise? Will Kano chart a different path by building indigenous capacity to manage these advanced infrastructures, or follow the more familiar trend of outsourcing?
We are training our younger ones. That is why we rolled out the digital literacy program. So ours is to build local content. We want to support our local content developers to develop our contents locally. Any system we are building or anything we are building within the confine of the government is going to be homegrown, and it's going to be built locally.
They will tell you our graduates are unemployable, that they lack experience. Some even expect a 25-year-old to come armed with 10 years on the job. But what if the problem isn't the talent, but the system that refuses to invest in it? Meet Mr. Kabir, the MD of Better Stack, a leader who, much like Mr. Ling of DeepSeek, believes in building people, not just hiring them. A man whose vision proves that with the right mindset, commitment, and patience, talent can be shaped, not just found. Doctor, we'll be right back after this.
They say our graduates are unemployed, too inexperienced, too unpolished, too disconnected. They demand 5 to 10 years of experience from 25-year-olds and then wonder why innovation feels out of reach. But what if the problem isn't our people, but our perspective? In the heart of northern Nigeria, far from the spotlight of Lagos, far from the noise of Silicon Valley, one man began quietly building something different. Not just a product, but a pipeline, a belief that local talent, when trained and trusted, can scale world-class systems.
Actually, I came here with zero experience, and now we've gotten a lot of experience in especially developing a scalable financial application.
Well, I think my best, I try my best. And yeah, that's it. I'm still the same person, just with more experience.
I came here as a NYSC member, and I was retained.
Every founder has a beginning. Mr. Kabir's journey didn't begin through pitch deck or co-working spaces, but in the middle of meltdown, where others saw failure, but he saw blueprint.
Back in 2014, 2013, I had the opportunity in my previous workplace to build a recruitment portal. And due to the success of the recruitment, we had an integration with a product called Pay for Me. And during the recruitment process, applicants were meant to pay a token. And the system was overwhelmed that we had to almost crash the payment into it. And that was where the inspiration came from. And I felt we need to build something more resilient.
Now, a fully licensed fintech company by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, better stacked through its flagship product, ZenPay, is tackling one of fintech's toughest frontiers, the broken trust surrounding digital lending.
We don't need collateral. We use technology to identify a creditworthiness for our halal stuff. First is, we give you our POS. You're meant to transact with the device for at least 2 months. We use your transaction history to peg how much you are eligible to collect. And we also use technology to geofence our terminal.
This isn't just another online platform. ZenPay is redefining financial inclusion by offering micro halal credit tailored to the values of realities of SMEs in northern Nigeria. It's a system built not just for recovery, but for trust, designed to respect faith, empower local businesses, and meet the deep, often overlooked yearnings of a region ready to rise.
We'll be pushing our product to the informal sector. And we realized that one of their pain points is loans. And we have so many loan applications out there, but because of the peculiarity of the terrain, being Muslims and religious conscious, we find ourselves, a lot of this informal sector don't like taking loans because they term it as a riba, as is haram. So we built the microfinance bank with the intention of giving only pure microcredits to SMEs in a halal way.
Building a robust platform is one thing, securing investor confidence is another. In a space crowded with promises and uncertainty, one might ask, how has Better Stack not just survived, but thrived?
Okay, so Better Stack is a fintech company. We have license with CBN. The license is called PSS, Payments Service Solution Service. and is a 3-in-1 license. We have the PTSP, that is a payment terminal service provider. This license allows us to build and operate POS devices. Then we have the PSSP license that allows us to integrate with banks for virtual account and also for card payments. Then we also have the super agents that allow us to have agents network across Nigeria to be able to distribute our terminals and other services. So we also have a sister company, Zain Microfinance Bank. It's a tier 2 microfinance bank. So that's one unique thing that you can't find anywhere except in Jakarta.
At the heart of it all is Muhammad Kabir's deep-rooted sense of responsibility to give back, not only through job creation, but through infrastructure, mentorship, and a call to action.
So one of my pride is the entire Better Stack software development lifecycle was built by local talent here in Kano.
This journey stands as a quiet but powerful innovation to Nigerians in the diaspora. Come back, invest, build here. Our people are ready.
Doctor, back to you. You've spoken passionately about supporting startups, and we're already seeing individuals like Mr. Kabir making remarkable strides on their own. Are there concrete plans from your end to identify and bring innovators like him closer, not just to celebrate their successes, but to strategically involve them in accelerating the government's digital and economic agenda?
We are in touch with the tech ecosystem, and I think I have met Mana Idris in one of the activities organized by NITDA. And we discussed extensively on how their services can be integrated into government services. And I think they are even providing services to some of the state-owned tertiary institutions in terms of their tuition collections and other revenues. I think JNP is a local company, indigenous in Kano, and Kano state government is going to support them. Not only them, all the tech startups now, we have their own, we have registered them in our database here in Kano, which soon we are going to launch a hackathon that will throw out the problems. Whoever comes with the best solution to that particular problem, the government is going to adopt that solution that they provided. I think this is a way to support your own local developers as well.
Looking ahead under the leadership of Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf, affectionately known as Abba Gida Gida, what does the future look like for Kano in terms of digital transformation and its place in Nigeria's tech ecosystem?
Future is bright because we have talented people here in Kano, and we have committed government that is going to support them. If you have committed people, if you have talented people without commitment, it's zero. So you have to have talented people, committed government with political will and sincerity of purpose. Then you can achieve what you want to achieve. And I'm sure that our government have all this. We have commitment, we have sincerity of purpose, and we have the political will. That is why any digital transformation agenda or any digital transformation proposal that is taken to His Excellency, it got approved because he is a tech-oriented governor.
Thank you, Dr. Bashir, Special Advisor to the Governor of Kano State on Digital Economy, on your insightful input.
Digital transformation is often seen as a top-down effort led by federal government, national ministries, and global tech giants. But what if I told you that some of the most profound breakthroughs are starting from the ground up? Digital transformation is often seen as a top-down effort led by federal governments, national ministries, and global tech giants. But what if I told you that some of the most profound breakthroughs are starting from the ground up? Take Kigali, Rwanda for instance. Once known mainly for its tragic past, Kigali has redefined itself as Africa's smart city prototype and the digital heartbeat of Rwanda's national transformation. Over 4,000 kilometers of fiber optic cables rolled out across Rwanda, starting with Kigali. Internet penetration surged from 7% in 2006 to 66% in 2023. Kigali Innovation City (KIC), dubbed Africa's Silicon Valley, expected to contribute $150 million to Rwanda's GDP annually by this year. Germany's innovation strength isn't just about Berlin. In fact, Bavaria, home to cities like Munich, has been one of the driving forces of the country's AI and advanced manufacturing sectors. Bavaria accounts for 19% of Germany's GDP. Home to Munich's AI plus M Center, where BMW, Siemens, and global research institutes converge. Over $1.5 billion invested in AI startups in the region since 2019. In southern India, the state of Telangana is showing how local governments can leapfrog into the digital age, while India's national strategy pushes for a digital Bharat. Telangana is already living it. Hub, India's largest innovation incubator, located in Hyderabad, capital of Telangana. Over 600 e-governance services digitalized in the state. First state to launch a blockchain district, attracting global companies like Tech Mahindra and IBM. Canada's rise in the global AI ranking owes a lot to Ontario, especially Toronto and Waterloo, often referred to as Canada's Innovation Corridor. Toronto-Waterloo Corridor is the second largest tech cluster in North America. Ontario, responsible for 49% of all Canadian AI startups. Home to Vector Institute, whose research powers federal AI strategy. These stories, Morisola, they tell us something powerful. That national transformation doesn't happen in presidential palaces or central ministries alone. It happens in dome rooms and data centers and state capitals and satellite towns. It happens when the vision is national, but the action is local.
Our national vision is centered around digital economy and smart governance. We have the platform. Join us and let Nigerians know what your government is doing towards actualizing our national vision. Because when the world talks about Nigeria's tech boom, it's really talking about Lagos, the city-state that gave birth to Paystack, Flutterwave, and Andela. While Lagos may be Nigeria's tech crown jewel, Kano is emerging as the symbol of inclusive digital transformation, one that speaks for the undeserved, the untapped, the rising.